All right, we got another two-game slate on this NBA night, the third night of the NBA season. Starting to get in a rhythm now, right? We're breaking down No House Advantage NBA contest picks for tonight. I'm Pete McCarthy. Appreciate you stopping by here. Hey, give us a like, subscribe, keep up with all of our shows, our DFS offers, our giveaways, and much, much more. Once you do subscribe, hit that notification button. That's going to give you alerts when our shows go live. And don't forget that almost all of our content is available in podcast form on the platform of your choice. So if you're at the gym, you want to know what's going on, get the latest information, boom, check out the podcast. You can help us out by leaving a 5-star review there. So we got a couple of games to look at tonight. We're looking at the contests on No House Advantage. The Bucks taking on the 76ers. This will be our first look at Milwaukee. Also our first look at the Los Angeles Clippers as they visit the Los Angeles Lakers, who lost on opening night to the Golden State Warriors. One thing you're going to notice right away, especially as compared to opening night 2 nights ago, we have a lot more players to choose from here, 29 in all. So you have a lot of bench players you can go under on, and we'll tell you and give you some ideas of what you could do there. But I think you're going to have a lot of relatively easy picks, and then we're going to have a couple of big names that we got to take a stand on, and we'll begin with Anthony Davis. So we're looking at 8.5 rebounds here. I'm looking at the over. The projections love the over. And remember, our projections are free over at stochastic.com for No House Advantage. So make sure you take advantage of that. That's the sheet that I'm working off when I make these videos. And I'm going to make sure, hey, the data backs up what my thoughts are going into a given night. And it certainly does on Anthony Davis. We have projected for double-digit rebounds tonight. 83% chance of getting the over on 8.5 rebounds. Maybe it gives you some pause that on opening night, Davis only ended up with 6 rebounds against the Golden State Warriors. I think that was a game where LeBron James and Russell Westbrook just ate up a lot of the rebounding. But you have to keep in mind with Anthony Davis, he's being asked to play true center for the Lakers right now. They just don't have any backups at that position, really. So he's in the paint. He's crowding a lot. He's going to be banging bodies, and there should be plenty of opportunities for him to get those rebounds tonight. We just need to get him to 9. The minutes were there for Anthony Davis in the opener, 36 minutes. So I'm looking for the rebounds to be there as well. You want to go back to last year, have something to feel good about. He had at least 9 rebounds in 24 of the 40 games that he played last season. So this is not a rare number for him to get to with the position that he is playing for these Lakers. He prefers to be a power forward. He's being asked to play center. He's going to be in the mix for these rebounds, and hopefully LeBron doesn't eat up 15 of them again and we get Anthony Davis. And I think that's going to be one of the tougher picks that we're really looking at on No House Advantage tonight, because you can really go to town on the benches in really all of these games. If you're not familiar with No House Advantage and kind of dipping your toe in the water, getting a feel for what it's about, these contests are phenomenal because there is just a ton of overlay. So you just have more money going out than you have coming in. You're only going to be competing with X amount of people, and you're probably going to have some blank spots here. So just look at the contest tonight, No House Advantage. For example, $20 entry, $10,000 to first place, $1,200 total. What we have seen at No House Advantage with these contests is you're filling up about 2/3 of these contests. So you get more money going back out to the players than you have being taken by No House Advantage. That's always a big win when you can get in there. And we're giving away, free projections. You can mass enter these contests and give yourself the best chance to hit. You can do it very easily with our optimal lineups tool over at stochastic.com and upload it nice and simply. We don't have a crazy slate today. We're just looking at 2 games, and I think there's a lot of opportunity here tonight. So be sure to check that out. No House Advantage. You can download it as an app. You can just go to nohouseadvantage.com and play there. And remember, sign up now with the link below, and you get a first match deposit bonus of up to $50. All right, next up, another one of the maybe more difficult picks that we're really looking at tonight. I'm trying to give you the good stuff here because everybody's going to be able to go under on a lot of these bench players. But Grayson Allen, 12.5 points, rebounds, assists is the line there. We're looking over on that. The Bucks, again, this is our first look at them. We'll find out exactly how many minutes Grayson Allen is in line for, but he should be in the starting lineup. The Bucks are without Chris Middleton and Pat Connaughton in the opening weeks of the season, so that should open up plenty of minutes for Grayson Allen. He does have a couple of guys he'll be competing with for time, but I think it'll play out nicely tonight. Our projections like it to play out nicely tonight, having him at close to 15 points, rebounds, assists. Not a huge gap like you're going to see on some of these other plays tonight. But you look back to last year, he averaged 11 points per game. So we're looking at 12.5 points, rebounds, and assists. It doesn't take much to get him there. And again, with the injuries for the Bucks to start up this season, Allen should be in line to get himself a lot of playing time tonight. Now, a lot of those bench plays that I've been mentioning, look at the Clippers. So the Los Angeles Clippers roster is just loaded right now, right? And I'm not saying that they're a championship team, but Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, you know about them at the top. They're actually healthy right now, and they're not load managing on the first game of the season. So, those guys are going to play a little bit. You got Reggie Jackson, Marcus Morris Sr., Ivica Zubac in the starting lineup most likely. And then the bench for the Clippers, you have John Wall coming off the bench for the Clippers, Norman Powell, Luke Kennard, Nicolas Batum, Robert Covington, Terrence Mann. That is a pretty loaded bench as you start talking about 11 guys in this rotation potentially fighting for playing time. So what's going to happen? Not everybody is going to get that playing time needed to hit some of the big numbers that we're going to see on the board for these guys. So look, you can look at Nicolas Batum, 13.5 points, rebounds, assists. We have it projected for under 1 point, rebound, assist, and for less than 2 minutes in this game. Now, look, Batum might end up playing more than that, but Marcus Morris Sr. is starting over Batum. There shouldn't be a whole lot of minutes for Batum here, and we're still looking at a pretty high number there at 13.5 points, rebounds, assists. I just told you about Grayson Allen, who will probably play about 30 minutes tonight for the Bucks. He's at 12.5. If Nicolas Batum plays 10 minutes, it's going to be pretty tough for him to get to that number. So I think there's a ton of guys like this that you could look at, especially with the Los Angeles Clippers. You can look at Robert Covington, 15.5 points, rebounds, assists. Norman Powell, 24.5 points, rebounds, assists. Just keep an eye if he's in the starting lineup, but that is not what is expected. So you have all these guys coming off the bench for the Clippers. There's just not enough playing time to go around to get to some of these lofty numbers, even if the Clippers blow out the Lakers on this night and you have some of the reserves getting some time in the fourth quarter. These numbers are just too high. So there's a lot of freebies to grab there. The Sixers you could look at as well. Montrezl Harrell, 16.5 points, rebounds, assists. Played 11 minutes in the opener, had 2 points, 3 fouls. Not exactly the kind of line that makes you think Montrezl Harrell is getting 17 points plus rebounds plus assists on this night. Not with Joel Embiid in the starting lineup. But again, it's early in the season. We're not as concerned about the load management. Guys getting days off for no reason. We always want to keep an eye on the news. A no house advantage. Now you're playing in a contest. You're playing against other people. If you don't want to be one of 100 splitting the top pot, you can try to get different. You can try to, pick the Clippers bench guy who's going to get some opportunity and go over one of these numbers and be different. But I think you got a really tough time finding one that's going to make you different from the field, at least looking at the benches. I think you're going to have to, push on some of these starters and look at something like Anthony Davis, over 8.5 rebounds, as we talked about. And, of course, looking at the Bucks and Grayson Allen as well. But be sure to check out No House Advantage. Again, if you haven't joined up, check out the link below. $50 free deposit match. You deposit $50, they're going to give you $50 to play with. They'll keep you busy for a while. Ton going on, obviously, tonight. You get the sports equinox, right? We got baseball, we got hockey, basketball, NFL, the whole 9 yards. So be sure to check out what's going on at No House Advantage. And be sure to play as well against the house, where you could win 20 times your money. And we'll have a whole other video on the Odds Shopper channel with some best picks there for you. So be sure to check all that out. Give us a like, subscribe. Appreciate you joining. Best of luck tonight.